Are you ready? Let's go.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Rick and Matt and I have just been sitting here just BSing and talking about stuff and looking at some castings that Matt has. He's going to show you in a little bit. So, we kind of forgot that we forgot we had something to do.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had my coffee either yet, Matt.
I'm out of coffee. I'm drinking tea, and it's not working.
Well, I know Rick's been up for a while. Rick has been watching the what is it, the GP bikes. So anyway,
Quiet today.
are you?
MotoGP 4:30 this morning.
Oh man, I was unconscious 4:30 this morning.
Yeah, it does. The sound's really bad right now. It makes us talk on top of each other.
Well, that's your fault.
There's a delay in the sound.
Oh,
I'm getting anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so let's go through the kits we got, man. First thing first.
Okay.
What's the hot? We just shipped it out. It's sitting behind your head there, Jim.
It is. Do I have? Yeah, there it is.
They're in the mail.
There we go. Yay!
There it is.
Yeah, for you guys,
you Ford, in the mail, the brand new
Ford guys who have been dying, we finally get around to. So let's
William
see.
Chung on there. He's a Ford guy.
Oh yeah, and not to mention Mr. C there.
It happens.
Hey, William, the favorite brand of coffee, free.
Yep. Definitely not the coffee with the mermaid on it, the twin-tailed mermaid. Sorry, guys.
That's not out yet.
Yep. So
I don't even know what kind of it actually buys it, but that's not coming out yet. That's not out yet.
No, it's not out yet. It's
Josh
coming
Berry's
soon.
coming.
Let's
coming
see.
Yeah.
This one's out as it's loading up. That one's out. And let's see. I'm just going through and loading stuff up that I know is coming.
Yeah.
Like this thing is up for pre-order. How's that thing doing?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
How's that doing on the pre-order so far?
That's good.
Yeah.
Real good.
Sarah Jane has already said that she's already ordered one. Yep. The energy
they'll
drink
sell out that one. That one and the green one. And the Wood Brothers both will be sellouts.
That's a good looking
that
car.
one. And then we got Colton Herta's IndyCar still. And also, guys, we have a Talladega. Marco threw it out. I don't know if you got your email, but we have a Talladega sale going on. Not for pre-order kits, but for kits in stock. So actually, you could pick up some of the ones we just did if you wanted to. Save some money, which is always good.
Okay, you just keep talking. I'm trying to load pictures and find pictures. So just never mind me.
You're saying you weren't prepared. And then so we got Colton Herta's car. We got We got a few paddle awards left, very few. That's down to almost nothing. We got some Dixon left. I don't know. They're both in. I think paddle might be in the last case, but Dixon maybe like 3 cases was the last time I looked. And there's Joseph we have, which has been the best seller. That one, I don't know what we have, to be honest with you. We sold a lot of them, though. That one sold much better than I thought. Colton Hurt is much more popular than I thought. But that one did good. And then we got the pre-sale on the Kyle Larson. That will be a sellout. I guarantee that one. Both cars. And a lot of people are buying both at once. So those are, I don't know, they're going to be like the Traveler's Whiskey. They're not going to make it to the race. Yeah. Well, that's not going to be your box art. That's a placeholder. You're going to actually get track box art for both cars because we're not going to make the decals. Clay's not going to finish the decals until the cars are on the track.
Because there could be something different on this Larson's Indy car.
Well,
you watched him. You watched him tap the wall. Was that in his first runs, or was that in his second run?
That's when they turned the boost up. When they went to do he had a push, and he had a push, and then when they turned the boost up, the first lap he went for, it just pushed up into the wall because he had the extra boost. They were doing the simulation qualifying runs. I love that Sato put in the fastest lap and then whacked the wall. Got out of the car like it was nothing, man, ready to go. You know, I'll tell you though, that's one track. If you're good, you can go into your 40s and still be good. Yep. And don't count. I wouldn't count out Sato or Castroneves if they get in the right car. If they, you have to have that magical car, you know, because they're all kind of the same. It's just, but then you see, example, Rayall Letterman struggled the last 2 years, right? And then in the practices, Graham's been up there. Sato's was top the charts there for, I don't know if he finished up at the top, but he was topping it until he wrecked. And so Rayall Letterman figured out whatever that little, I don't know, deal was they had going on there for the last 2 years at Indy. But now they're hauling butt. So they're in the game. So looks like Arrow McLaren's in the game. So of course, that means Kyle Larson. Who's that kid? The other kid that drives the car. I forgot his name. He's the kid that wrecked. He was a rookie. And I think he wrecked last year trying to get in the race. But he's the third driver. I don't either. Young boy. And then, of course, Larson's in the car. He's quick. And this year, Larson will be better because he'll be better with the tools. Like the weight jackers and stuff like that. I mean, last year he just jumped in the deep end. So this year, I would suspect him. This qualifying run will be, much better. And also, during the race, adjusting the car. He's with Kanan. I think I think he understands the steering wheel much better now. Last year, he just kind of drove it around,
I'm sure that learning curve is pretty vertical.
Well, these guys.
Riley Hatton said that, Brittany Force topped 340.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Yeah, she's always quick. They always. She's been quick for about 3 or 4 years.
Oh yeah.
Where she's been, up in there. Yeah, they got a great team around her. And how about Ron Cap's announcement? The little young girl going to run his Top Fuel car next year. I forget her name. I'm sorry.
I know it's
But
Maddie.
that's
I don't know
exciting
that.
news for us. Yeah, that's great news for us because we got to deal with Ron. What Jim's already working on it. I don't know, Jim probably have the body there somewhere close by.
Maddie
And
Gordon.
The drawings. I know you have drawings. Yeah.
I don't have anything on here,
But
and I haven't had a chance to do too much on it this week. I've been busy on other stuff. So still busy
we have
on
box
the
art,
64.
Mhm.
Yep, we got
Yeah,
some cool stuff coming. We've always got.
But the greatest news
that's kind of redundant. We always have cool stuff
Talladega
coming.
tomorrow.
Talladega.
Talladega tomorrow.
Talladega.
So who you guys? Who you guys
Xfinity
picking?
today?
Yeah.
The guy that doesn't get in any of the wrecks before the green white checker at the end. That's when I pick my winner. After the last green white checker.
Hey, that was my pick.
That's an endurance race.
That's cheating.
No, I mean, I swear when I watch those races, with those type of races, I'll jump from guy to guy depending on whoever wrecks out. You root for one, and then you root for the next one and the next one. And if the 21 car's up there, I always throw that one in.
Yeah.
You can't root against Eddie and Lynn, and that's and in any of our teams, the Penske cars, the Hendrick cars, the RCR cars, the Trackhouse cars. I'm leaving out some, I know, but
What brothers?
Yeah, one of our cars, and we do have the Toyota. Well, we don't have the Toyota yet. We will get that though. We're moving forward with that, and so the Toyota is coming along. It's ready to go, and I would say by the end, I don't know, October, November, right in there, we should be. That's what we're shooting for the Toyota. But
we
are. Be cool. Jim already finished it. So it's
done. It's just all I have to do is hand off the files. So yeah, we're good there. And speaking,
we're just working with. We got
finish,
a couple of new.
Go ahead, Rick.
Oh well, I was letting you finish your thought there. Speaking of finished.
Oh, okay.
But the Toyota is finished, but we're working on the we're going to use a domestic mold company on this one. So that's going to be cool. We found we've been messing with it for a while, and we finally came to I think we got a good price, and I think we're going to start cutting domestically, which doesn't mean much for you guys, but for us, the still lasts a lot longer. If you use domestic tooling, you could get, not that we, make that many parts, but it's up in the millions, you can get out of a domestic tool. American steel is just phenomenal. Tool steel. So that'll be a cool thing. I don't know. It's a cool thing because we don't have to boat it or ship it or none of that stuff, Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
hey, let's show
Matt's about that.
Let's show Matt's pictures and get into the video that he has, and then I've got a video too. So between it all, it's going to be a little longer.
Oh, perfect.
I want to get to him quicker than we did last week. So take it away,
I think
Mr.
we ran out of
time.
All righty. You got to pull it up.
Oh, okay, I will, because I gotta delete something else. We've got a lot of stuff. Let me remove from studio. Let me remove this from the studio.
And don't forget to like the video while it's going around.
Like,
Like and
Yep,
follow.
Like the video.
Like and follow. Please help us.
It's
You
still
guys do
telling me
help
I gotta remove other
And check
things
out
from
the
the studio
cell.
first. Hang on a second. We'll get to it. I gotta delete a bunch of other stuff first. So
Okay, you delete. Now talk about the sale. We got the Talladega sale going on. Any kit in stock is on sale right now. Marco sent that out to you. If you didn't get it, just reminding. And then we got we already shipped all the Travelers whiskey. By the way, there are a few Travelers whiskey because we ran short and Marco had to buy 2 more bricks of decals. So there are a few Travelers whiskey up for sale. If you want one, grab it.
good. Okay, Matt.
And
Yay.
there you go, Matt. Take it away.
Okay, here we got. This is the Lotus 38. Probably about the third pop out of the molds. So got the molds all done for the body panels, and these turned out really super great and come out. So that's how many pieces of just the body, and everything just snaps all together. This, the first part, I'm really, well, okay, wrong. Wasn't prepared. This is the monocoque. Take a drink. And it had to be split into halves, but they fit perfect together with just a seam along the bottom. And you can see here all that rivet detail, Jim, and the detail on these
Awesome
little ports for the radius rods that come out for the rear suspension. And I mean, all this stuff, the detail is so incredible on these. Jim did an amazing job catching all that, and we were really able to keep everything very nice in the casting. I mean, whatever his part comes out, the mold will catch every detail. There's little pinholes there that your control arms and other parts that you'll get, that's the metal parts that'll fit right into this. And you can see like that's the top right here. This is the engine bay here. And those 2 pieces go together real nice. They fit nice and snug. This is the part.
Just over 100 metal parts, Matt.
Yep.
Oh, really?
It's
And
a little bit over 100. This is a high detailed kit.
There's a lot of little pinholes that those kind of things fit in throughout this this body. It really turned out great. This part, this is the nose cone. This is the part that we're most worried about and the most proud of, because the way Jim designed it, which you could never pull off production in 3D printing, it would just shatter, is how thin. You see this spot right here where the upper control arm comes out for the front. It's kind of like it's like a beautiful flare, looks like, from a wheel well flare from a stock car. And of course, there we go. And you can see right there how thin it gets.
Oh, it comes to a knife edge.
It was such a nice, that was something for us to be able to capture in a resin piece. Super proud of it. And it is very robust. I sat there on the first, that's like the third one I've popped out of the mold, and every single one I would press and try to break. And it really holds together well. Opening will be there. And when you get this kit, I remove all the flash because my flash is minimal, comes off easy. It's a part of the gig for me. That's how I send the parts out. So I'm making this with the most minimal amount of work the builder has to do to the resin, as far as cleaning up any mold lines. You're just not going to have a lot of that at all. And there's a nice shot with the NACA duck right there. Again, you can see I keep tooting the horn. I'm just so proud of that.
From what it looks like, that little inset for the scoop on the hood came out really good too.
Oh yeah, everything. It looks exactly like your part.
Yeah, you're gonna want to glue that in before you paint the car. That little inset for it. I don't know what is it cool, Jim? The radiator or oil tank? Something. No idea.
No, not really. I don't know what that scoop would be for, because The radiators, that's coming in from the nose, and then the NAC ducts that are on the side, those go for the brake ducts. Now, maybe that goes in, and that would be on kind of on the top behind the radiator. Maybe it hits the water tank and a couple other things up there. So, and the
Right.
let's see, the master cylinders, the brake master cylinders, maybe
Yeah.
the brake that.
Yeah, and that
Yeah, that's
so
where
that
it comes in.
so you've got a piece that's going to fit insert in there, and you've got this nice lip inside there. If you can see that, is that what it goes up against or something?
There's a photo etch. There's a photo etched piece that drops in there.
Right. It'll fit in there very nice. Very, very pleased how the nose come. There's the inside of it, and you see there's don't know what that is, but I imagine it's important, and we got it. It grabbed that, it captured that little piece. I imagine something glues into that. You see that little?
No, that just holds it on, I think.
No, that little thing you're pointing to there in the inside, that's actually where there's a little tit that comes out on the top of the radiator that kind of plugs in and locks it in and lines it up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Because that's where I was like very happy that we were able to grab that all in the mold. So it turned out great. Here's the what do we call this, Jim? I can't remember.
I call that the
monocoque.
apron. I don't know what the technical name is, but I just call that the apron.
It's
Okay,
part of
let's
the
call it
monocoques. It glues down permanently.
It does. And this fits when you got the two monocoque halves together, that thing drops right down. There's a whole groove that fits in. And I massaged the heck out of that when I was getting the masters prepared, so that would fit on really nice and nice and flush.
Thank you.
So you're gonna when you do that, Matt, you're gonna want to glue the two monocoque halves together.
Yes.
And then glue that on, and then paint the whole car.
Yep, exactly. I just
And
look
then,
at this
then
incredible
you're going to have to
detail.
use some tweezers to get in, or you could put in the water lines first, and then tape.
There's a
them
lot
off.
of stuff inside that you're going to want to do first before you do that.
Well, you can get the dashboard in and stuff. The
water lines, the brake pedals, the steering and stuff
all
like
you
that.
have to do is,
A lot of that's going to be.
And then tape it off. You know.
Yeah.
You see all your
use
contact points right there.
Tape. Yeah. But you're going to want to paint it all together because that's how the car was done. The car was all riveted together. And then so they would paint the car after they put it all together. They just tape everything off. It's kind of a, it's the way they did them back then, They didn't, the parts were all permanent. Now, those are removable there, right, Matt?
Yeah, these are removable.
Now you can
They're
see
nice,
the engine.
thin pieces. Yeah, so this is the engine covers, side engine covers. And, they're all nicely grooved. Everything fits together. And there's those side scoops. Took a couple tries getting those right, but they're coming out really nice.
They also have a photo etch piece that goes over the top of the a mesh that goes over top of the ends there, and then they go up over the velocity stacks.
Right, they fit right over the velocity stacks. I've tested those pieces over the mock-up engine I have. They slip right over.
What's funny is we built I don't know if you built them, but the Lotus 38 that IMC did years back.
I never built it, but
they were just like round tubes. These two parts, they were terrible. I used to try and use my mom's hair dryer and squish them,
Yeah.
to get them to look like the real thing. I don't think I ever did one worth the crap, but yeah. But you did, Jim, you guys did a great job on that.
I'll show this again in a few minutes when we when we're done with those pictures. That way, we've got a bigger view of
those.
this.
Are beautiful pizzas, though, Matt. I mean,
they came out nice.
Came out
you
so
guys,
nice.
You guys did great. I mean, when you think about it, you add up there's the tail. Boy, that's
Yep.
nice.
Oh yeah, this thing.
Now that could be removable too if you want. I mean, you could make this car come apart if you want to.
Oh, very easily.
Because it's so detailed. There's stuff underneath all of this.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the thing. It really would not be difficult the way these panels all fit together. It is not difficult to make it where if you want to blow the car apart using magnets or whatever, there's plenty of places to put things like that, and you could have this thing come apart.
There's not a lot underneath that that tail piece to really want to take it off, but definitely the engine covers, because
Oh yes,
because you got this little thing hiding underneath there. So
yeah. So
we'll
and
show
that's
that
like
again in a few. So
that engine is beautiful.
I can't wait to build this. This is one of, as Jim knows, this is, I don't know. It's always one of
This
my
is
favorite. It's my favorite or one of my favorite cars ever run. So
yeah,
it was.
It's your pet project. I know you've been excited about this. And there's the
Yeah, I
inside
can't
of
wait
that tail.
Yeah, you got 100 pieces of spun metal. You got this plus the tires plus the windshields that Matt's done. Then you also have the photo etch, which has real seat belts, and then a bunch of photo etch stuff for the dash and the meshes, covers. It's a lot of pieces. There's two types of multimedia kits. This is more the Model Factory Hero high detail kit. And in the future, we'll do some curbside, more like Studio 27. But we figured if we're going to start, and it was a car that I really wanted, Jim went all out on it.
Yeah.
And
we learned a lot doing this project. I mean, it was a good learning curve. So everything else will be easier after this, right?
Okay, Paul Adams gave us the precise term. It is the cockpit cowling. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, sir.
But it doesn't come off. They rivet it on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a neat piece. I love the thickness of everything, how it all fits together, and it's going to be a fun model to build. That's for sure.
I like that you didn't have a problem with the
thin.
Yeah, I like that you didn't have a problem getting the thin parts out. And fortunately, with this this material, you're not going to have shrinkage, and then with some thicker areas scavenging material from thinner areas and causing shrink spots. So this is,
and do remember, if you
cool.
build these, I built a lot of multimedia kits. There's going to be drill bit call outs, because you're going to have to see like those little side things sticking out. It's going to tell you what to drill those, so that so the holes aren't going to be there. There's going to be marks where they go, but you're going to have to drill that out. So be prepared. It's a hell of a fun project if you've never done one. They're some of the most gratifying models I've ever built, the multimedias. And they're just a fun project,
Looks really good, man. Are you done with the photos?
I'm done with that. Yeah.
Okay. Let me.
Why don't we show your video?
We'll show his video in a minute, but let's see.
Alvin
Powell. Let me go to this one. There we go.
Yeah, let's look at it. Alvin Powell. He asked, "What glue works best on the cast parts?" Well, for the resin, that would be CA glue. Just your whatever your favorite CA glue is.
I use 5-minute epoxy. 5-minute epoxy gives you more work time. If it's your first time and you're putting body panels together, use 5-minute epoxy, because CA is going to pop too quick for you, and it doesn't give you any work time. And it's really 15-minute epoxy, right, Matt? It says 5.
Yeah.
But be prepared to hold it for 15 minutes.
So, Matt, you want to load up your video? We'll do that. And
I don't have a video.
oh, I thought you had a video.
No,
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, let me load up my video. And
Okay, yeah. So don't forget, guys, Talladega, got the Talladega sale going on. Check it out. Stoked about the Red Bull deal because that was a hard deal to get. And we got that going. We're going to have an Indy 500 winner coming up here real quick. Hopefully it's not Joseph again.
so
Not that I'm rooting against him. That one's coming up. That's our next high detail Lotus 64.
And the reason I'm showing this is because I've got the parts in the process on this that I'm casting, the metal parts, and I wanted to show some of those things so you get an idea of how this gets done. And this will be, you know, we'll be showing more on this probably in a couple months, but because I'm ahead of the curve on this, I just don't have the parts for this guy right now. Those are off being worked on. So enjoy.
We are with the Lotus 64, and I'm going with this because the 38 is all done and in the hands of the production gentleman in Palmdale, California. So I thought I would show this because I've got some parts here that I can show, some metal parts and etc. So let's go with this. And first thing you can see, it's all done and finished, and oh, it's going to be a load off my shoulders when this thing gets done and into production. So let's start hiding the things that we don't want to go over with right now. So let's get rid of some wheels and tires and stuff like that. Let's hide the nose and radiators because I don't need them. Let's get rid of that monocoque. Let's get rid of the seat because those are in the way. The bonnet, we shall lose the bonnet. And before I close it out, let's take a look a little bit at what's going on with all the rear end and the front end suspension parts. Pretty much everything you see, folks, is a different part. And I'll be casting some more of these today.
Metal.
But I got a lot of it done, but I'm still making more. So, but today this video is going to be going over what I call the power transmission, because it's more than just the transmission. It's the four-wheel drive system. So let's lose our rear suspension and our front suspension. Okay, there we've got that. And also you get a little bit better view of what's going on with the engine. There's quite a few parts on the engine, and I will show you most of them. I don't have them all cast up at this point, but I do have most of them done. So there is that. Let's get the engine out of our way. So here we are with the transmission, the drive shafts. Remember, this is a four-wheel drive unit, so it's got drive shafts going to the front. Yeah, it doesn't finish through because this goes into the monocoque from the back, and this goes into the monocoque from the front. And you just have to use your imagination that it's connected midway between. So here's the rear differential. I guess this would be a half shaft from here out towards the to the right brake hub, and there's the one in the front. And so there's our brake hubs, our discs, our CV. Would that be a CV joint axle? Whatever we want to call that. Let me also show, I'm going to open that up so I can get to there. So what we're also going to have, and I'm going to show you this just simply because I'm in here. So let me pull those out. We've got, these are going to be some of your photo etched parts. Just get those, even though I pulled them the wrong way. Yeah, I pulled them the wrong way. Anyway, you're going to have an outside, an inside, and then you're going to have that star. So when you stack them up together, you get nice vented brake discs. So anyway, these are done in what is referred to as CAD, computer aided design. So these are the original designs of all the parts. Different programs use different file types, etc. Their own. But anyway, that's those designed. Now here they are changed to what's called stereolithography, an STL file. See all the little triangles? STL files are made up of little triangles, and they're made for printing or machining. So I've got all these parts set up as STLs for the prints. Now what I have to do with this particular slicing software is I need to add these runners. These are actually the runners like you have on your parts on your plastic trees. These are runners that go from the support plate, the build plate, to the part in the slicer. You'll see in a minute. Because as I connect these in the wax does not stick well to these resin parts. But this is a resin that is made to be able to be burned out in a plaster mold. So let's go over to the slicing program and take a look at the parts. These are those same parts. All the blue is those same parts, and you see all the gray. Those are the supports for these. So they actually hold them in a sense like they're floating in midair. They actually hold them and allow the resin to build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this upside down, because this is actually how parts print on a resin printer. So let's bring all the way up there. Oh, I did it backwards again. So what they do is they start, and it projects onto the build plate. It projects the first layers, and layer by layer they are fused together. I'm being poked in the leg by Miss Mia at the moment. So it just builds. You can see as it goes down, it builds layer by layer by layer until the parts are completely done. And then this whole work thing pulls out of the resin, out of the goo, and you have all your parts. Let me roll this over. Sometimes this doesn't like to comply. There we go. So there are all those parts in that grouping, and now I will show you. I'll go to another computer, another camera, and I'll show you the parts inside. So now over here at the unboxing table, and the regular mic setup that doesn't sound like I'm doing it from a bathroom, so no echoes on this. So anyway, here are my engine parts, but let's continue with what I was going over with the printable parts. So here are some printed parts. You can see in that blue resin. This is a great resin because once you pour the plaster around the parts on this actually is the sprue. Those are your gates. Those little standoffs. Those are your gates. So once this is poured in plaster, and it gets done inside this flask, goes over the whole thing, and once it's in there, you pour plaster over the whole thing, you vacuum it and pull all the bubbles out, so you get a good clean mold on all the little parts. Then that whole thing is thrown into a kiln, and I've got some in there right now, and these get cooked up to about 1350 degrees. All the wax burns out, all the resin burns out, and it's so hot that it just turns everything to a vapor, not even to ash, but to vapor, so that the molds are really clean. This sits in there nice and neatly, and I've figured a way of putting some vents in here, so with using fishing worms, oddly enough, rubber fishing worms that go in here, and it gives me a chance for the vacuuming process. So what happens in the vacuum casting of small parts is the mold, the plaster mold, and I'll kind of show it with this. The plaster mold sits on top of a rubber disc, and a vacuum is pulled out from underneath it. And because the plaster is porous enough, when you pour the metal into it, it just sucks the metal right into all the cavities, and it just sucks it in. There's no room for air, and it fills in the cavities. So you were looking at those. I showed you the pictures of the transmission parts. Here's the transmission bell, the end of the transmission. This section has where the drive shaft comes out. Here's our front and our rear differentials. There's our knockoffs with the axles. There's some brake parts. The covers for the headers. There's the dashboard, and you can see the detail is. I'm just absolutely blown away by the quality of the detail that's coming out through the vacuum system. So there's that long drive shaft, and that actually goes from the output of the transmission to the back. And then this part right here is the connector from the injector plenums off of the heads. You can see how that plugs in there, and the other one plugs in the other side. They plug into that, and then that goes to the big turbo in the back. That's actually where the air comes into the engine. There's some of your fuel fillers. That's a little short piece of the drive shaft that comes from the front differential towards the back. There's your starter seat, of course, the master cylinder for the two brake and the clutch, and back around we go. So there's some pieces that I just haven't cut off the tree yet. So let's look at some of these engine parts. So let's see. I don't know which is which, but there you go. So those are the injectors that plug into the valve covers, overhead cam valve covers, heads all together. And see, those will. That's that side, and I got it wrong, so that's going to go in that one. Yeah, I should have set these up and tested them out first. But see, that'll plug into there. That'll plug into there. And actually, when we get it built, the headers will plug into that little piece, and the headers come out in between the two heads. Yeah, I need more hands. I need glue. I need something. So there you go. There's what that looks like. Starting. Now let's plug the engine block to the pan. And you can see those, and then they're going to go into the transmission like that. So there we go with those. And here's the intake air turbo. There's the intake and part of the throttle body for the this comes in from that big the bonnet, the big back end that has the large rear wing. It'll have an intake that'll go into there. There's your air turbo. Here's your hot exhaust turbo that will have the big exhaust on that, plugs into there. Here is the collector that goes from the exhaust to the, and up on top will be the I'm sorry, my fingers are in the way. I know it's tiny. This is the pop off, the wastegate, and then there's the exhaust for the wastegate, and those are your headers. So through the magic of editing, clear off one set of stuff and bring in some of the others. So here's the end of the foot box inside, and some of the hangers for the front suspension, where the steering comes through. Here's the lower A arms that will one will plug into down here, and one will plug into the right in there, and the other will plug into the bottom of the monocoque. There are your foot pedals. You got clutch, 2 brake. It's weird. They had 2 brake pedals, and then the throttle. And you saw this earlier. You saw those CV joints, and those will. I don't have the hubs, brake hubs, but here's the steering hub, and those will plug into from the brake hub into the it goes from the disc brake to the steering hub. So those. Let's see, what else cool do I have here? This is one of the carriers that ends up going from that frame into here. The axle will go through here. The CV joint, where is it? I'm pretty sure that the disc brake plugs up against that. This goes into the disc brake from there, and then out to the wheels. Here's your upper arms. Can't exactly call those an A arm, but that's your upper arm where the shock will plug in down there, and then that goes out to there. And these are actually we'll have some of these. We're actually going to have some screws for assembling there, and then these are my patterns, but they are turned on the lathe, so nice little aluminum parts. So there we are with some of the parts and pieces of the sausage making of this kit. It's very different from what we usually do. Usually, I take those CAD designs, they go off to Kelly to make the designs for the molds, and then they create some mechanical, really cool stuff. I really enjoy seeing what's done on that end, but this is different. Like I said, completely different process, a bit more hands-on for us, and either I'm going to show shortly, or we showed a video from Mr. Conti with what he's doing with the resin body parts for the Lotus 38. The differences between how the 68 and the 38 and the 64 are done, they're all done the same. It's just different parts. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And now back to the rest of the regular or irregularly scheduled show.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Rick. Hey, Rick,
it was great.
Rick, look at this
Ferguson 4-wheel drive system. In fact, that was the last year, I think. It was banned after that year, I think, Matt, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Indy banned the Ferguson 4-wheel drive system.
It was tough to find information and pictures on that thing.
Yeah, we had to go back to the Novi's, didn't we, Jim? Some cutaway of the old Novi's.
I think so. It was, I got a picture of this part from one thing and a picture of something from another, and some things that I got from when I was there at Barber. The folks at Barber were outstanding. Guys, if you ever get to go to the Barber Museum outside of Birmingham, between Birmingham and Talladega, you have to go, and you have to give yourself at least a full day. The museum is just insane. Everything is cars, bikes. They even have a collection of outboard motors for some crazy reason. But they have, I showed that one. Let me dig this one out here. So let me go to the big camera real quick. So there's the assembly of that. Everything's all glued together. I can't open it up, but gives you an idea.
Minus
what,
the window.
Yep,
Windscreen.
minus the
Yeah.
windscreen. But anyway, gonna be really, really cool projects for you guys. And yeah,
I'm looking forward to that one too. Yeah.
yeah, they're a little bit outside of the normal pricing area, and the amount of work that you're gonna have to put into these is a whole lot. But man, you're gonna have some amazing things. Rick and I are really trying to make sure that everything on these guys isn't going to disappoint. So, but I think the next multimedias are going to be a little scaled back, just a wee bit.
Yeah, we're gonna go to more of the curbside on the when we get into the Eagles and the McLarens and the little easier to build. But these two, let's be honest, we're not in this business because it's the best place to make money. We're in it because we love this business. And those are two cars that I always wanted. So Jim made them for me. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that, my little brother.
You're not paying me enough.
I know, but I tried to make. I used a Lotus turbine, Matt. You know the was MPC Lotus turbine with the crappy thing, and I tried to use baseball cards to make that back wing and stuff when I was a little kid, and never did get one that turned out. But Jim did it for me, so finally.
That's
but
great.
Yeah, those are going to be great kits. Again, not for beginners. They're going to be great collectibles too, because they're going to be very limited. And you guys can see, you know, a Model Factory Hero kit. They go for about anywhere from $225 to $250, and once they're out of production, they go over $500 immediately. You know.
Oh boy, yeah.
I paid it, so I'm that nut job. But yeah, they're going to be great kits. And then the curbsides usually run around just under 175. The Studio 27 curbsides, and they're not much. It's just the body panels don't come off on them. So if you got the McLaren or something, you're still going to get all the Offenhauser stuff. But we did a lot of IndyCar stuff. Let's talk about Talladega, guys. We got a few minutes left here.
Talladega.
Yep.
What do you got,
Talladega,
what are you looking for?
Who am I gonna? You know what? Take a guess. No, I am gonna go for Josh. I want to see Josh Berry win it with the Wood Brothers car.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's a good pick.
Yeah, I'd love to see the.
Well, a Ford.
Yeah,
surviving is the number one thing.
Yeah.
And who am I going to go with? I'm going to go outside the box. Now that we have the Ford and we have the licensing, I'm going to say Brad Kay is going to win this thing.
Oh wow!
I'm going. Hey, he's good there. Isn't that where he won his first race, as I recall?
I am not sure.
I think he won his first race at
I have to
Talladega.
ask the Google machine.
That's where whatchamacallit flipped him up in the air too. Carl Edwards, right? Sent him up in the air, right? Yeah, I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski there.
I wouldn't rule out Bubba.
I would. He's in a Toyota.
You don't want him because we don't have the Toyota right now. We got a few Eric Jones fans out there.
Eric Jones, we do have a contract for them, and we have a contract for Joe Gibbs Racing. In fact, they just asked us if we're going to do anything, and we told them, yeah, we're working on the mold right now. So, yeah, we'll definitely have Legacy if they, possibly, and definitely Joe Gibbs Racing. So we'll have some good stuff by the end of the year. And it's great that the Ford's out finally.
Yeah.
Even in this, whatever kind of economy you want to call it, I think depends on what station you listen to, but it's not great. And we were still able to come out with a mold. That was pretty good for us. I didn't see anyone else come out with one.
Nope.
Do you recall any, Matt? That's coming up.
Yep.
I can't wait for that too. The funny car.
That's in the works too, guys.
That's going to get a whole new crowd, you know?
Yep.
It's going to get some different people involved in our kits, just like the IndyCar did.
Yeah.
Got a lot of new people, and the multimedia is doing the same thing. Got a lot of interest there. And I think the drag cars, you know, the funny car first, and we'll just keep plugging along, man.
Oh, heck yeah. That's
So
what we
good
do.
times, bad times, we still make them. But it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I said nice to hear about. We never were not doing the Toyota. It was just, you know, you got to pick your battles. So the Ford, you sell more Fords. We have more Ford licensing. So we did the Ford first. The Toyota has less cars. We don't have 2311. And so that hurts a bit. So that was the last one. I mean, now, if nothing would have changed in the economy, they'd both be done right now. But we got slowed down a little bit. And on our old cars projects, we have a couple of those sitting, you know, just waiting in line. But as fast as you guys buy these kits, that's how fast we'll make them. So,
Right.
But don't forget, we got the
Yep.
sell going on, the Talladega sell. Hit like and follow this deal.
Yeah,
And
I need that reminder every once in a while of bringing in the little Mia button there. So anyway, yep. Thanks for that reminder, Rick.
And I think I can make a big announcement that I
Uh-oh.
am
Do I
finally
know
going to
about
do
this?
that a-holes Lucas C show.
Why would you?
Did you hear that rumor, Matt?
I heard it.
I don't know. I'm going to lower myself to that standard, and you know.
Well, you know,
Do you wear a different hat? I love Matt's hat. Me and him are matching.
Couple
Lucas
Goombas.
dead.
So, anyways, we got 2 Fords and Jim's going Toyota on us for this weekend.
Yep.
It's going to be a fun show. Talladega, what's cool with these new cars, it's basically 3 lanes now at Talladega. Yeah. And so it's going to be insane. I mean, you know, it's one of those, you know, you got to wait. That's one where they run the segments where finally you can go to the bathroom, you know, have a bathroom break and restock, because you can't miss any green flag there.
No.
Sometimes at Daytona they'll get that single and they'll run a while, you know, but I don't think normally that don't happen at Talladega very often. So it's going to be an exciting race. Looking forward to it, especially after a week off, you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
With the Easter vacation, and we got NHRA going, and go Ron Caps, you know. So hopefully we can see the Napa funny car in the winner's circle, and I'm sure we'll make more different guys later. But we'll start with Ron. He's been wonderful to work with, just a super guy. Him and Paul, and just keep on moving forward. Now they got a drag car. I guess they're going to be putting the pressure on us for that next.
You know it.
You know,
but that'll be cool. Hey, if they if this goes in the way we hope it does towards the Napas and stuff like that, then that would be a great an outstanding addition to what we do. You know, it's just a logical step, as long as Marco can find the money for it.
Yeah.
So,
well, Marco's big on the midget. He really wants to do the Chili Bowl midget. So we'll see.
I think that would be. I think that would be a very good one to do. So, All right, kids and pets. Thanks
Yeah.
for spending
Good to see
your Saturday with us, and let me get us out of here with the thundering hoofbeats of Miss Mia. So
Great.